Hey, it's Devin
and Shannon,
and we're the Youngbloods. I don't want. If people could see how you act, it's kind of amusing, actually. You're like, "Oh, I'm just going to keep on going." How are you, my dear?
I'm great.
Got your nails did?
I did.
They look nice.
They look very nice.
I'm glad I picked out that.
You did.
I have good taste.
I'm kind of OCD that they're matte. And
Are they all matte?
No, just these three.
Yeah, that's okay.
And Nam's like, if you want them shiny, just come back and I'll put the coat on, because he put the matte coat on. Yeah. Because he can tell. I was like, No,
I think the matte looks good.
Yeah, he's like, no, it looks really good.
Yes, it does look nice. Oh. But then the gold is shiny, so that's the way it should be.
The gold is like popping.
Yeah.
It wasn't a nail polish. It smells like...
You're in there sniffing nail polish.
Well, you can still smell the gold on it, even though I've washed my hands. It's a really strong, like, shellac or something.
Get the microphone out of my way.
It's like a really strong shellac. I don't know, but it's a really gooey. Comes in like a little bottle, not a.
It's a gel.
It's not a gel. It's something that he put on. It's crazy. Once he opened it, you can like smell how powerful it was.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I got one for you.
Go for it.
This is something that's important, and kids these days have no clue, and it's okay.
Okay.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
It's good. Let's go. Let's get this one muted and go.
You cute kids. You can have our 90s fashion. Take it. It's kind of epic. But you'll never understand. There were no cell phones. There's no social media. We literally lived a life as teenagers that I would call around and find out. Our parents had no way of getting a hold of us. They just had to wonder if we were coming home. There was no proof. There was no proof. The only way you would get caught is if you were dumb enough to get caught by the police, or you had a snitch in your group who decided to say something. God, it was fucking epic. And I'm so glad there's no proof. Anywhere. Ever.
And if you can't tell, she's praying right then. Thank
yeah.
goodness. You know, so I've noticed, as you have, the 90s clothing has come back around.
Full circle. Like full circle.
Like it's completely...
Like I'll walk through the store and I'll be like, I wore that exact same shirt. That's my shirt. I have a photo of that shirt.
They have changed some stuff, like the crop tops. We didn't have as many crop tops.
No, but like just in general, the styles, the patterns, everything, how they look, like the little baby doll tees that are coming back. It's
all the
really
the
weird
flannel mixed in with everything.
Yeah, the jeans. How they call them mom jeans because we're now moms.
Well, but not on top of that though. But the jeans that I really liked, which were the low rise. Mm-hmm. They started at the end of the 90s. I like the low rise jeans. Right. Most girls do not like low rise jeans right now. They like the mom jeans, the high waisted jeans,
which is kind of funny because Elizabeth bought a pair of pants the other day from Boehm that are kind of denim looking, but they're not. They're flowy and they're big. And
they're
I was
baggy.
like, I was like,
90s.
Those are really cute. And then I was like, I want to borrow those. So
what's the?
I may borrow them.
The jeans that you talk about all the time, the Savaricis, whatever.
Z Cavaricis.
There it is.
Those are very.
Those are
late 90s, early 90s. Late 80s, early 90s.
They're coming back.
Z Cavarici is not in business anymore.
They're coming back. The name is coming back.
That's hilarious.
I had a friend of mine messaged me and go, "What the heck is with the Z Cavaricis jeans or whatever?"
Now, Z Cavarici, Bongo, Jordache, or as that one TikToker says,
Jordache.
She's like, I got these really comfortable jeans
Jordache.
from Jordache. And I'm like, Jordache.
They're
Jordache.
Not DoorDash, Jordache.
Jordache, Bongo, Z Cavarici. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were my...
So that's one thing that I'm grateful for the 90s that we didn't have cell phones. I mean, my parents could get in touch with me because I had a pager, right?
Right.
Yes, I just aged myself a lot right there.
Oh, I had a pager.
I had a beeper. They could text me. They could message. They could beep me with the phone number.
Right.
And it would be followed up with code 911, like emergency, or 411, meaning, hey, where are you?
Right.
That type of stuff. But And then I'd have to go find a payphone, or I'd go find one of my friends' houses when their phones.
And call.
Literally, you have to find a phone. So you had about 20 minutes. My parents gave me 20 minutes before my mom started freaking out on where I was, to give them a call back.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no one knew what we did except us.
Exactly.
And our friend groups.
Yeah.
They didn't know where we went. They didn't know how, if we got in trouble or if we didn't get in trouble. I mean, unless, like this lady says, unless you had a snitch in the group. And honestly, you never had a snitch in your group.
Right. No, we didn't. No.
Yeah, you didn't.
You didn't, because friends were like legit true friends.
Well, you just didn't, you don't snitch on yourself. You don't snitch on your friends. You leave it alone, and you take some things you just take to the grave.
Yep.
So I wish we could get back to that point. I think we will eventually. I mean, I'm with how crazy our world is. I'm going to say we're going to start seeing more people unplug. And
Me too.
And when they unplug, they're going to start doing things that are more just getting out. Now that doesn't.
Well, like the other day when we had Jacob's rugby game, we made Ethan go. Why? Because I wanted him to get out of the house, and I wanted him to go and be outside, and he did, and it was nice.
Well, it's funny. It's like what teenagers do now is pretty much sit in the room, play video games.
Yeah.
Get online, meaning like when we got online, I'd say for me it was more of the 2000s.
It was Mario Brothers.
That's gaming. That's not
I know, but that was like.
Oh yeah, you were talking about Mario 3 on that one though.
I love Mario 3.
But yeah, it took me a second to figure out which game that was. But when we did things, we just went outside and did things. I'd go get in my car, I'd go pick up my friends, we'd go do something, we'd go to the lake, we'd go to the bridge to jump off the bridge, we'd find a trail to hike down.
Do you know what we did?
We'd go look at the devil worshipping house in the middle of the woods in Armurchie. Yes, that is a real thing, people. What's the name of that place now? I'm trying to think of the name. It's crap. Thorn something. I can't remember. Go ahead. What'd you do?
So I grew up in Florida, you guys, Palm Beach, and people were like, "Oh, let's go to the beach." So the beach was one thing, but then we had this friend who lived on this massive canal area, and what do people think of when they think of Florida? They think of oranges and alligators. Super correct. There couldn't be anything truer than that. But when you are young, you're stupid, and you're like, "Hey, I know this dock is for fishing into the canal and everything, but let's jump off of it." So we would jump off the dock into the canal, and we couldn't do it for long because there were tons of alligators. But I remember one time we actually heard baby alligators.
Oh, the little cheep.
They're like cheeping,
Yeah, beeping.
Yeah, but then you know right there somewhere when there's baby alligators, there's definitely going to be a mama alligator not too far. And sure enough,
it's no different than being in the woods and you got a bear. I mean, if there's a bear cub, there's always a mama bear somewhere not too far away.
Exactly.
And the name of the place was Corpsewood. So Corpsewood Manor in Somerville, Georgia. We'd go hang out. Not go hang out, but we go.
That even sounds creepy.
Corpsewood. So it was about the two gay guys they were supposedly devil worshippers, if I remember right, and they'd go and they were murdered in that home that they built. But it was like it's insane that the stuff that But people didn't know about that. We'd go to find the rope swings down on the creek. To us, it would be a creek. To Utah, it would be a river. Mm-hmm. Because our creeks were huge and their rivers here are tiny.
They're very tiny here. We're like, have you been to the River Jordan? River?
They're like, it's not the size that matters. Yes, it is the size that matters. When it comes to a body of water, it's the size that matters. If you
yeah.
No, but I mean, the 90s, I wish we could I wish we could show our kids
how we grew up.
Yeah, the things that they could be doing.
What did you guys do for fun? Well, we rode our bikes.
Liz was like, I'm opening up all these packages
roller
right
skating.
Here. Oh, I grab things for him immediately, I guess.
Okay.
But I mean, I wish our kids could see the stuff that we did. And, I remember riding bikes when I was younger and, and getting hurt and, you swear to your brother, I won't tell. You won't tell.
Don't
okay?
say anything.
And then you'd limp around the house for a little bit, and then your mom like, what happened? Oh, nothing. I was just playing outside.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fact that you spent time outside.
Yeah. And let's see, I remember doing this. So there was a hill by our house, and it was a really steep hill, and we would take cookie sheets and we would grease the bottom of them and go down the hill on our cookie sheets, kind of like, people are sled up here, but we would go down it on cookie sheets. But we also would take king size sheets and hold one side, and so we'd stagger. That'd be like me and then my friend, and then I would roll on top of her, and we'd just keep rolling until the sheet covered us, and we'd roll down the hill. I mean, we had some like eggs on our head and everything from like rolling and hitting each other on the head and cracking up. It was really comical.
No chicken pun intended.
No chicken pun intended. No
eggs on your head, cracking up.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean that, but that was a good catch.
Sorry, I'm like, my wife's making all kinds of chicken jokes.
No, but it was so fun because we would just do that all the time. We were like, okay, or we'd take turns going solo. So we'd like go so fast, and you'd have to get up and you like hop like a mummy, and then you'd have to have your friend unwrap you because you were wrapped up in the sheet and everything. It was pretty funny. It was so fun.
I mean, yeah, you and I definitely lived two different lives.
Yeah, definitely.
Grew up in Florida, grew up in Georgia. We did a lot of. We did a lot. Like I did a lot of rollerblading around town. Which my daughters like make fun of me. You rollerbladed for fun, Dad.
Well, you called Logan the nerd the other day. You're like, yeah, well, you rollerbladed, Dad.
So the nerds didn't rollerblade, by the way.
Yeah. Well, did they?
No.
Just kidding. I roller skated all the time.
Yeah, that's the ones that were nerds.
No way.
If your wheels were not in a line, you were a nerd.
Music, screaming.
You're like the 70s. I don't even know what you're singing.
Because weekends were made for fun.
I don't even know what that is.
Because you never went to roller skating, did you?
I roller skated a couple times.
But did you ever go to a place and roller skate?
Yeah.
They would always, no matter what, play that song like 20 times a night. And everybody got so excited that song came on. It was just like, what is it? Okay, I'm going to find it, and I'm gonna play it into the mic so you guys can hear what I'm talking about. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about.
We definitely live two different.
Hold on. I'm going to find this because it was the best 80s or 90s roller skating song.
I don't know if it was the best, but...
Oh, no,
yes.
It was. Let me just find this. Give me a hot minute.
Well, I mean, do you think I honestly think it'll come back around where kids will start doing things?
No, because they have their phones.
It's all about digital, huh?
It's all digital.
I have no problem with the digital world, though. That's the thing. I'm kind of like the mix between the two worlds.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, well, you're Gen X. How do you know about computers? Well, I grew up with that. I grew up had a computer later on, but the reality is, you can know two things at one time.
Yeah,
but that's beyond your understanding. No, it's not.
It's really not.
So yeah.
Hold on.
Is that it?
I don't know. Oh no.
Like, that sounds like someone vacuuming.
Yeah, wasn't it? I'm gonna find it.
So
it's on here somewhere.
Excuse me. But to have pure, reality is to have pure fun. You got to be able to. You got to be able to just sit back and enjoy yourself.
You do.
You got to be able to know the things that need to be done. You got to know of how to
let go of.
Yeah, let go of the stupid phone. Let go of the stupid digital stuff. You don't have to. I mean, it's cool to post everything to Instagram. People think, well, you guys post a lot to Instagram. You post a lot to
all the time.
YouTube. We post a lot, but that doesn't tell you about our lives.
No. That
doesn't tell you what we do, because a lot of that stuff, because of the 90s influence, we still do what we want to do. And she says, F, they bleeped it, F up and find out, F around and find out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we literally just, I think that's why Gen Xers are actually built different, if you will. You see, you're looking for something now, you're finding things that get hurt.
Oh my gosh, no. Spotify has an 80s roller skating mix.
That's funny.
I'm going to see if it's on here. But that definitely wasn't it.
We
Gotta find it.
It doesn't matter.
It really does now. Because now people are going to be like, what are you talking about, Shannon?
They can find it.
Yeah.
But that was basically geared towards the roller skater place, right?
I got to turn it off.
So,
Sorry.
yeah, we get in trouble for playing all this other music that's not ours.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, I wish kids could know of the thing, how their lives could be totally different.
Be home when the street lights turn on.
When lights turned off. And then you can
I'm thirsty. Good. Go drink out of the hose.
Drink out.
Walk up to TCBY yogurt. We'd always go up to TCBY yogurt.
Do they even exist anymore?
I don't know.
That's a good search. Let me look that up. TCBY.
We would go up to the mall. We had this little mall where I lived. It was not big. It didn't have like JCPenney's in it. It was just like a strip mall, but indoors. It had a massive arcade, and we would play Cubert and ping pong like all day long.
Apparently, there's one in Salt Lake.
There's a TCBY yogurt in Salt Lake?
Apparently so.
Why don't we know about this?
Find a store. The country's best yogurt. Let's see what it is. Yeah, the country's best yogurt.
In Salt Lake?
I'm looking right now.
We need to go tomorrow after work. White chocolate mousse.
They don't have that anymore.
It's not on there?
I'm pretty sure they do.
I'm like, that was what they were known for. What'd you go to TCBY for? White chocolate mousse and color sprinkles.
Sprinkles are gross. No one likes sprinkles. All right, let's zoom in. They said there is one in Provo too, but I don't see it.
And if you grew up in Florida, especially the Palm Beach area, you knew all about the Polar Cup.
Polar Cup, no, I don't know what that is.
Exactly.
We always did Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen was near us.
But I tried telling you about the Polar Cup. And
you did? Yeah, there's one right there in Sugar House.
Are you serious?
Yep, TCBY in Sugar House.
We need to go
right
tomorrow.
Beside Olive Garden and the GameStop.
Is it really still open, though?
Says it is. You're like, well, we'll find out.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, so who knows? I mean, it could be there. White chocolate mousse is screaming my name.
Yeah, me too.
So, well, yeah, our kids gotta. So thinking about all this, I'm here thinking we have to take trips.
We do.
We got to get all that all figured out.
Get them out of their.
I really wish we would have done it because it would have forced the hand. And what I'm saying is, I wish we would have actually built out the bus.
Oh well.
I know it was going to be a stretch because you're like, I don't want to live in a bus.
Nope.
But it would have been beautiful and amazing. And lately I've been listening to Jason Epperson. I don't know if you know who he is, but he has two podcasts. One's RV something. What is it? Not a sponsor.
Look at him.
He's like, I just want you to pet me.
Just keep petting me.
All right, Billy, you can go away now.
Come here, Billy.
I am allergic. Yeah, RV Miles is the Epperson's podcast, and then they do one called one for the national parks too. But yeah, I've been listening to their podcast. I'm going, man, they've been doing. They have just been living in an RV with their kids for since 2018.
Wow, how old are their kids? And how many do they have?
2.
See,
I understand.
Yeah, we have 5. Sorry.
They don't all live in the house anymore.
Not anymore, but they would have when we were traveling in that bus.
It would have been fine. It would have been built out for them.
Can't do it.
Could have. We could do it now.
Now we could, yeah.
Oh, so you're saying I could do the bus thing now?
No. I'm saying we could handle it now, but I'm not. Definitely not.
Think about it.
Nope.
We could live on the road.
Okay, I'll think about it. No.
We could live on the road.
Not happening.
We can go anywhere we want. You know how you hate wintertime?
I do.
In wintertime in Utah?
Yep.
We could spend wintertime in the nice, warm, sunny parts of Mexico.
That's okay.
Or Florida.
Nope.
Or all across the southern states. That could be that would be our life.
Yeah, that's okay.
Think about it. And then Ethan would be able to see the world, because essentially that's what it's coming down to. Is Ethan's going to be, we have another.
We can do it when Ethan's the only one that could in the house. Sorry.
Shannon always has a laughing moment in every podcast where she just does something that makes herself laugh so much. And she's like, this is hilarious. You all should be laughing with me right now.
I just realized I'm like talking.
So we should revisit that in probably about a year.
Maybe 2 years.
2 years. Well, in 2.5 years, we want to be moved to Tennessee.
Right. But in 2 years, Logan will be graduate from high school.
Huh? Logan?
Yeah.
But we could do it.
It's okay.
Start this summer.
That's okay.
And then we could travel during the summer.
During the summer would be fine.
And then we'd be gone all summer long.
Not during the school year.
And then we come back for the school year. See, I'm okay with that. Doing it that way.
Oh, yeah. Just being gone for the summer.
Yeah, being gone for the summer and then be gone for every break that comes up.
I just need to accumulate how much PTO?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of PTO.
Yeah.
But that's fine. We can work it out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Then our kids would be able to see what we did.
Yeah, no kidding.
Seriously, they would actually be able to live it.
Yeah.
I remember as a teenager taking small trips with my parents and my brothers to Missouri.
To see the Follettis.
But I mean, it was not necessarily the destination of getting there. It was the stuff that was in between.
Right.
Seeing some of the national parks that we saw, some of the local small little towns, all the little side stuff. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And I think that's super important where kids don't get that anymore. And I think part of the problem is because both parents are always working all the time.
Right.
And that seems to be our problem. Both of us are working literally all the time.
All of the time.
I mean, inflation has hit us like no other. I don't know.
It's so expensive here in Utah.
I mean, everything. Our rent obviously is going to go up again.
Yeah.
Because we decided to not buy a house in Utah, which was, I don't know if it's a mistake, but we definitely don't want to live here now.
No.
Just for the reason that inflation has hit, and then cost of living from people trying to leave the inflation of California to Utah because it's cheaper.
So they're like, oh, well, we could still be cheaper than California even if we go
Oh,
up
they
prices.
spend $1 million for a house there in California, they buy a shed.
Yeah.
Or you spend $1 million here in Utah and you got just a giant monster,
Not
$3,000.
really.
No, $1 million gets you a giant house in
Here
Daybreak.
in Utah? In Daybreak?
Yes.
Maybe like $1.5 million on the island.
No, that's an island or two, but not even the island. For you can get a house in Daybreak for at least $700,000. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and that's any house. That's average. So $1 million
will get you a big house.
Get you a huge house. Now you don't have a big yard, but that is what that is.
$1 million in Texas gets you
$1 million in Texas or Tennessee
massive.
Or anywhere in the South. I mean, my parents paid when they bought their land in Alabama. They paid $500 an acre.
Yeah.
And then they built a giant house on that, and then they sold that house and built another house. I mean, give me a break. It's not equal across the board.
No.
So, but yeah, we need to think about that. We need to figure that one out.
Yeah.
But anyway, the '90s were amazing. We need to do more of the '90s stuff. We need to. I told you the other day we need to do a '90s date night where we do the things we did in the '90s on a date.
Arcade. I'm totally up for an arcade.
I spent hours and hours on arcade.
We did too. I love arcade games.
Arcade, roller skating.
Mainly like pinball. I love pinball.
Do all those things.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It does.
So, anyway, we appreciate y'all listening to our ramblings of two mad people that are just
yawning all the time.
No, that would be my wife yawning all the time and then talking through. And anyway, let us know what you want, what you think we should talk about. We got some cool stuff coming up. Send us a message, and you know what? We will talk to you guys later.
Have fun.